And we're back with more I Love a Mama's Boy, where we just left off. Mike and Steph had convinced Liz that they were moving to LA, and now here in this next episode, yeah, they're not moving to LA. Mike decides to buy a condo closer to home. Not just closer to home, but closer to his mom's home. Not really sure how we went from being on Steph's side and wanting to move to LA to help her progress her career and your own career to now going back to being a mama's boy.
I think my mom's coming to meet us. She said she was thinking about rolling out.
What 27-year-old man makes his mom come furniture shopping with him when he has his own condo and he's in a relationship?
Somehow Mike is convinced her to stay, and not only that, they're now shopping for things for their apartment slash condo. Not only that, Mike is also inviting Liz to come shopping with them to get a second opinion, if you will. I mean, if you're trying to start a new life with someone and if you just bought another place for you and your partner, I think that's all the opinion you need is yours and your partner's opinion, right? Right? Because your mom's not living with you. Right?
I just love to help him decorate. I love having Michael close by. He knows that I'm always right there, that staying home, it'll just make him happier.
Being closer to home means that whenever Mike wants to call, she can come over whenever. But we live in a world where technology is so advanced that it's like you've never left. We can call, we can FaceTime. It's gone to the point where communication is so accessible. Being on the other side of, okay, they're not even being on the other side of the world, they're just being on the other side of one country. It's not really gonna make a big difference.
I'll be over a lot since I live closer now. So I want a comfortable couch. What kind of table are you looking for the middle? Like
this exact thing.
This right here is fine.
Hello?
The moment Liz is there, she doesn't even exist. Yeah, it just makes no sense.
So who's the couch for?
Us. This is our couch. This is our home.
Yeah,
But
okay.
you want it to be comfortable for when I come over, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be comfortable for anyone if anyone comes. You think their only guest is gonna be you? Throughout the series, we've found that Liz is very controlling and manipulative towards her son, Mike, and pretty much whatever she says goes for him, and he can't say otherwise. It's not that he can't, it's more to the point where it's so indoctrinated into his mind that he puts his mom on this pedestal and she can do no wrong.
I mean, I want the couch to be comfortable for everybody who sits on it. Gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean, this is literally like, this is literally the story of my life.
Yeah, Mike, relax, bro. This guy's not your therapist, he's your couch salesman.
I love this couch. And look, Liz, you can sit right here. We got a side seat for you.
You really think you're gonna put your mom in this little tiny little side seat? Come on, Steph, too salty there.
I think we should do gray.
Yeah, you don't love this one, I feel like, right?
Stephanie and I disagree on the color of the couch. I think that's up to Michael, since it is his condo and he was purchasing the couch, that it should be his decision.
Trying to have an opinion, but she's butting into the point where she's dismissing Steph's ideas and prioritizing hers. It is really only your decision because Mike will only listen to Liz, and so whatever Steph says is invalid anyway. And it's proven by the way Mike acts, like when Liz goes to sit on the other couch, Mike is fully relaxed there.
I like this one. Look how comfortable. You can match so much to this.
And he also points out that, oh, Mom, you don't really like that white couch, huh? Why even have an opinion at this point?
He won't buy anything unless she likes it. We already know how that goes.
I mean, I can't win, but like, I'm just trying to do my best to keep everybody happy, and sometimes that's tricky.
Let me tell you something, bro. This is a word of advice from Wong Zivu. You can't please everybody. This is coming from someone who is a people pleaser. You just can't please everyone. You gotta do what's best for you. It's always good to have a good relationship with your family, but hey, you gotta understand that there's levels to this shit. This is your life partner you're talking about. You gotta take into consideration her thoughts and opinions, and you can't then put your mom's on top of them. Okay, it's always good and it's always okay to consider what she has to say and think, but come on, man, it's your partner, bro. You're not dating your mom. Cause we've seen a bit of that already recently on Old MILF Manor.
My heart is kind of set on this one, and I'm the one paying for it, so I'm not gonna not get it.
My say doesn't really matter.
Listen, Mom knows best.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to.
Why even bring Steph along to shop with you if, you know, your heart's gonna be set on one thing and you're not gonna listen to an opposing opinion? Just saying. Just saying.
Want to see a circular glass middle table where we...
These things are gonna cost, like, I literally just bought a house.
No, I know, but we're not gonna buy the most expensive thing we see. We're gonna do it right.
Okay, I mean, I know your taste.
Well, that was an unnecessary stab to Steph, pretty much saying that she's into expensive things, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but if it's not a lifestyle that you can sustain, then this relationship should not be continuing. If you guys are both not on the same page in terms of your expenditure, financially speaking, then probably have a conversation about that or call it off, because if you guys are thinking long-term marriage, start a family, yada yada, there's gonna be a lot of talk about finance, and if you can't work out your shit now before you're even married, then that's gonna be a huge problem.
I want to feel like this is our home, not me, you, and your mom's home. And I'm not saying that you don't value my opinion. I'm just saying that you maybe value hers a little more than mine or a lot more than mine.
He's just saying that at face value, that he values your opinion, because if he truly did value your opinion, he would actually listen to you and do some of the things that you ask and say sometimes, as opposed to just disregarding it all and only focusing on what his mom wants. And that is proven when he says this.
I've always been very, very focused on what my mom has to say, and it's not like I'm not gonna listen to Steph. I just like want to hear my mom out too.
There you go. No matter what, he's always gonna want to hear what his mom has to say as well. And he's trying to separate himself from this situation. He believes that it's a problem that Steph and Liz have, and it doesn't involve him. When in actuality, it actually involves him a lot, because this is Liz, this is Mike's mom. It's your mom. If anything, you need to be the one to talk to her and tell her to back off when it comes to asserting her opinions in your relationship. You hold all the power, Mike. You better start fucking using it.
Baby, with all due respect, like I can.
It's our condo.
It's my condo.
That you got for us, I thought.
Correct.
Incorrect, because if it really was for us, you would have put her name on the deed, which you didn't, which I get, you know, I mean, it's not the major issue. I mean, it's kind of stink of Mike to constantly batter in and remind Steph that it's his apartment. He purchased it, not her. It's like a power move. He wants to assert his dominance, to be like, hey, I own this place, my house, my rules. The thing is, they were meant to move to LA together. So the fact that Steph sacrificed her work opportunities to stay behind and be with you shows her commitment. So you gotta show some sort of commitment here, bro.
Every time we get into an argument, Mike reminds me that this is his house and that he paid for it. I was hoping that us moving in together was a step saying like, okay, I wanna be with you for the rest of my life.
And because Steph's priority has still been to start a family with Mike, it was okay for her to give up her dreams somewhat and stay behind and stay with Mike, because Mike was like, hey, I'm gonna buy this place, it's gonna be for us, we're gonna start a family, we're gonna start building together, and that's a valid reason to buy it. But let's be real, I think he did it just so he didn't have to move to LA and that he could be closer to his mom. A relationship is a two-way street, you know, you can't just have one person sacrificing everything, you know, it needs to be mutual. There needs to be some sort of compromise going both ways, and right now, from what I see, it's very one-sided.
For the last 3 years, I've just been letting her walk all over me, and I'm just starting to feel it.
Sadly, this is actually very similar to the whole Matt, Kelly, and Kim situation. Kim had an offer to go to Texas and do work outside of LA. Being away from Matt and Kelly is actually good, because she endured almost the mental and verbal torture that Kelly would give her. In fact, this is exactly what's happening here, and as Liz is like almost verbally, mentally torturing Steph, and she just can't really take it anymore. It's been several years and she wants to move and start a new life somewhere else. And I'm not saying she's never gonna come back, but this is just for a career, right?
Come here.
No, I'm serious.
You're being super sensitive right now.
No.
God damn, Mike. It's very condescending when you're speaking in that demeanor. You're telling someone that they're being oversensitive, so you're invalidating their emotions.
One day when you're a mom, I'm sure you'll understand, like, just...
When's that gonna happen?
Oh, hell no!
Can we just take one step at a time, please? You know I want a future with you. You know I want to do all these things. Like, one step at a time.
This guy is like all cap, bro. Not only was she not asking seriously and she was kind of asking more as a joke, you brushed it aside like you're a scared little fucking puppy, bro. What kind of man-child can't even handle a simple joke like when she's gonna be a mom? I would have used that straight away as an initiation to, you know what I'm saying? That would have been a perfect segue into some sort of makeup sex, because clearly you might have been having some sort of arguments before. But as a man-child who doesn't know how to commit, this is what you get instead.
Like, my most serious thing I'm thinking about right now is like furnishing our apartment, like understanding that this is an investment for us, for our future. Like, I don't want you to look at this the wrong way.
Cap, bro. Mike is the master manipulator here. He's trying to incept the idea into Steph. He really cares about them, and he really cares about the growth of their relationship here close to his mom. When in actuality, it's just for his own interests, so that he can have a girl he loves close to him and also have access to be with his mom. That's pretty much it.
There has definitely been a shift of priorities in this relationship.
My biggest concern is that you're gonna resent me because you never went to LA.
Fuck, he's just guilt tripping her, bro. It's not like she's trying to guilt trip him either. Maybe a little bit, but the thing is, she's just stating facts. She did decide not to go to LA and pursue her dreams and live a life that she wanted to, just because she's fully committed to Mike and in love with Mike and wanted to stay with him. And he goes to flip the switch and guilt trip her into saying, look, I told you this before, if you don't go, I don't want you to hate me or resent me, blah, 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 blah. That's what's gonna happen. If anything, you should have let her go. Let her experience things, and then if it works out, then maybe you can go too and try things out, and if it doesn't work, then you can always come back. You guys are still so young, and you guys are making these ultimatum type decisions like, if you don't go, it's not gonna work.
If you're like not sure If you want this, then I need to know that because I put everything on the line for this relationship.
Okay, I can't.
Classic Mike man-child behavior, can't handle an argument, dips the scene. Now, of course, when Mike is going through all these emotional distresses in his mind, he needs to vent it out, and usually he would vent to his mum. But this time, for the first time, we get to experience him venting to someone else. In comes my boy Derek, college friend, play basketball with Mike, and let's just say this conversation gets kind of interesting. Now, this is why I think Derek is a good friend. In fact, he's a great friend. Bad friends are people who tell you things that you want to hear, but a really good friend is one that tells you the truth, sometimes things that you don't want to hear. Derek pretty much knows this entire history with Mike and Liz, and he understands that Mike is a mama's boy, and Liz will do anything and everything to please Mike.
Steph is like, oh, so instead of going to the West Coast with me, you saw how your mom took that, now you moved even closer to her. And I'm like, no, I bought a condo, like, I'm sorry, like.
No, no, babe, I bought this condo because I love you. It's not because I didn't want to move with you. I mean, if you wanted to move, you can move, but I know you'd hate me if I didn't come with you, so it's like I bought this condo so we can live our lives, you know? I mean, duh.
How much were you thinking about mom when you actually decided to make that move?
I mean, like, I was definitely thinking about my mom, like, about 50%.
50%! Half your mind was thinking about your mom when you were thinking about buying this condo instead of going to LA with your partner. Back up. You're telling me your mom has equal, if not more, priority than your partner. Bro, I love my mom too, but I'll hear her out, but at the end of the day, if I think it's gonna benefit my life and our relationship, I'm not gonna listen to my mom, bro.
I don't know, like, do you think that's a problem?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! Finally, someone is speaking some sense into this man. Look how uncomfortable Mike is when he hears this too. This is what I mean. Derek is a good friend. He's telling Mike what he needs to hear, not what he wants to hear. And the problem here is also Liz, is that she hasn't conditioned him so that he can be on his own. So when she does pass, unfortunately, one day, it's gonna be hard for Mike to move on. The sooner he realizes that and the sooner he grows, the better, really.
From my perspective, Steph is a 10 out of 10 for Mike. Right? I think she's attractive, and I think...
But is that it? Is there no other qualities that you wanted to add into that? Yeah, bro, I reckon Emily is like a great suit for my boy John, cause like, she's hot as fuck, bro, and yeah, 10 out of 10. Did I mention she's hot? I see. Oh, I also think she's hot too.
When I lost my dad, I got scarred by that when I was young. I can't leave my family, like, I gotta be there for them. So I think subconsciously, like, yeah, that is in my mind.
You gotta get over it, or talk it out, or see someone and figure these things out. Otherwise, it's not going to help your relationship if you're carrying these burdens inside of you. Derek is almost saying that Mike is in the wrong for not wanting to value Steph's opinions a bit more and help grow their relationship. But Mike is trying to convince Derek that the reason he's doing that is because he's scarred due to the fact that his father had passed away young, and that there's some trauma to that, and that he feels like he's the man of the house and needs to provide and protect for his family, so that he can't just leave so easily. And I totally get that. But again, you can't live like that for the rest of your life.
I love Steph to death, but is this it forever?
Right.
Oh, well, you could buy this, but you can't propose.
Right.
But I'm not ready to propose.
And that's how he truly feels. He's not actually ready to propose. And that's an important conversation to have with Steph, but instead, you're having it with your mate. And it's fine. It's good that you've had this conversation so that you could bring it out and actually say it out loud, but you need to tell that to Steph because it's wasting her time. It's like she said, she decided to stay and not go to LA for you. The priorities have shifted, and Steph can see that.
We're 27. I really don't think that waiting another 2 or 3 years to get married is the end of the world.
And you saying you want to wait 2 or 3 years, you know, to make sure that this is the relationship you want to be in, you want to be cautious because your mom has failed in relationships, blah, 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 blah. That's also cap, bro, because it's going to progressively get worse because your communication is terrible and you're letting these situations like not moving to LA, arguing about the decorations of the condo and stuff. You're letting those things escalate. In 2-3 years time, it's going to crumble on itself. The relationship is going to self-implode, bro. Now, although I do agree with you in the sense that waiting another 2-3 years because you're still young to get married is not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. More time is actually better in my opinion, so that you know for sure, but you're not doing it for the right reasons. You keep saying that out loud. It just sounds like you don't want the one-gina. But no, really, it just sounds like you want to stay with your mom, and that's the case. You need to grow up. Cut things off with Steph. You gotta let it go. If you truly love someone, you gotta let it go, because this is not love. This is a hostage situation. You're manipulating her to think that she's eventually gonna get married to you and things are gonna work out and you're gonna keep her here. But in reality, if you really loved her, you'd let her go, let her live her dreams and let her enjoy life, and then you can enjoy your life with your mom, right? Find someone who can actually cater to your needs and actually is willing to stay behind. And someone that your mom likes, I guess. Now, of course, Mike isn't the only one going through this stressful situation. On the other hand of the relationship, we have Steph. She's also stressing out because she feels like this relationship is going nowhere. So who does she turn to? Her family. Good old family.
There's a lot going on.
I think every son is naturally gonna defer to their mom, but the mom is the adult in the situation. She's the one that needs to know better, right? She's the one that needs to change her actions.
Thank you, Daniel. Daniel, Stephanie's brother, has pretty much been saying what I've been saying, is that Liz kind of needs to grow up a little. She is the adult in this situation. In fact, Mike is the adult too. But it has started with Liz being the mom who has raised Mike, who has taught Mike all his values and morals, etc. She is the most to blame in this situation. Although I don't want to say blame because we're not really trying to point fingers here. Everyone has a bit of fault to play when it comes to distress in a relationship. But in one perspective, what Daniel is saying is true. Liz needs to be the adult here. She's the oldest and she's also the mother. She needs to mature herself and let her son go. Let her son live his life.
The other thing that they love to say is that it's Mike's condo.
Married to Tammy yours, by the way.
Right.
Not if you sign that prenup. Such a very immature thing for Mike to always say, this is my condo, I bought this place. When you said you'd buy it to start a family with her, so there is some sort of half and half ownership there.
I could understand why a 27-year-old person would be hesitant. I can only go based on how I feel in this moment. I wouldn't personally be ready to jump into a serious relationship and get married.
Again, very valid. I feel like Steph is jumping to conclusions just a little bit here and saying that, oh, you're 26, 27, you've been in a relationship for 3 years, why would you not be ready to marry? And again, like I have said in the previous videos and in this video myself, I don't think there really is a set amount of time till someone is ready to propose, right? You could be in a relationship with someone for a day, a week, a month, a year, 3 years, 5 years, even 10 years. Me personally, I think in the 5 to 10 is a more appropriate time. But if it's earlier, look, who am I to judge? It shouldn't be a necessity that someone is ready after 3 years. Clearly that you guys don't think on the same wavelength when it comes to that. And that's something that you should bring up with Mike, which I feel like maybe you guys have behind the scenes and it just hasn't gone well. And that's why you're at this point in your relationship, which is sad to see. Kind of need to open your mind up a little bit to that. And that's kind of the only thing that Steph needs to really work on, and is that don't talk too much shit. Everything you do say, you should talk to Mike, because you know you guys are adults, you guys should communicate, and also open your mind a little bit to the idea that you can possibly wait a bit before marriage. But conversely speaking, Mike has a lot of things he needs to work on. Now, are you ready for the most dumbest thing a boyfriend can do? Mike has an argument with Steph and decides to ditch her on her 27th birthday. Mike is such a man-child that he couldn't even swallow his pride and ego to just say, hey, it's your birthday, let's spend it doing what you want to do, you know, get her a card, buy her a gift, shout her a meal, and they can argue about whatever later. But no, he decides that he can't take it and decides to go to his mom's. Ooh, you are not doing yourself any favors here, man. If you wanted to wait longer for the proposal, this is it. You're gonna be waiting an eternity now.
Today is my 27th birthday. We got into an argument last night. I begged him for my birthday just to put the drama aside and not do this, but he said it's just another day. He didn't care.
He is adamant and says that this is just another day and it's not even a holiday, and so he's pretty much disregarding Steph's celebration of life. It's not important at all. Imagine telling your girlfriend that, or your wife for that matter, that the day of their birth, the celebration of their life, is not important. You fucked, mate.
Last week was Steph's birthday and we ended up having a huge fight. Steph and I both said things that we shouldn't have said. I regret a lot of it, but I just felt like at the time we really just needed space.
Really, buddy? At the time, on her birthday, you felt like you guys needed space? What kind of stubborn ass dude can't swallow his pride for one day? Or at least, you know, find some way to make it up to her. It's been a week now and she's cooking you breakfast and you're chilling in bed. Nice.
I'm trying to be the best girlfriend that I can be. I'm cooking for him, I'm trying to clean the kitchen, all the things that I know Liz would want for him. But it's hard when I'm still harboring this resentment for what went down on my birthday.
Damn, even after the argument and Steph has been pushed aside on her own birthday, she's swallowing her pride and still trying to make this relationship work. This seems so one-sided now. Mike, you gotta do something to convince me that you still give a shit.
You didn't even get me a card or flowers or anything.
You know I hooked it up for Christmas.
Then we had Valentine's Day, which was literally a week before your birthday. I got you the hairdryer. You
couldn't swallow your pride for one day.
No, I don't have to swallow my pride.
I guess this is maybe his love language, is that gift giving. In reality, that might not be Steph's love language, and therefore it's not translating. You know, in those situations, I can see myself being mad, but still swallowing my pride, at least getting her a card or something to show that I still care, but I'm still angry, and we can just continue this another time. It is obviously harder said than done. Emotions are something that is difficult for everyone to control at times, but come on, man, this is your partner's birthday.
Steph and I had an agreement that the Valentine's gift that she really wanted would also serve as her birthday. They fell on the same week.
My birthday's 10 days after Valentine's Day.
I genuinely feel like nothing I do will ever be good enough.
Wow, this is some petty behavior from both of them. I mean, if you both agree to the fact that it would double as a Valentine's and birthday gift, then that's fine. In saying that, Steph never asked for another gift. She just wanted maybe at least a card or something that can reassure her that you guys are gonna be fine, but you guys are arguing. A card's like, what, less than $1? Come on, dude. You didn't have less than $1 to save your relationship?
In hindsight, I regret the way this all unfolded. I should have just bit the bullet. I should have given Steph the birthday she deserves and treated her like the queen she is.
I'm glad that Mike, upon self-reflection, realized that he fucked up. But it's too little too late for that, and now Mike is going for his last-ditch effort, and that is to suggest that their parents meet. 3 years into a relationship, and their parents have not met, not even once. Stellar. Feels kind of like I said, a last-ditch effort. That might not necessarily be what this relationship needs right now, and it just doesn't feel genuine.
I just don't want it to be awkward. My parents know we've been arguing. Your mom knows we've been arguing.
I'm trying to just show you that I'm serious.
And I'm happy about that.
If you just wanted to be serious, you wouldn't sound frustrated over every little thing that you guys are talking about and arguing about. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that you're clearly over all this shit. It seems very manipulative to the point where when Steph mentioned that maybe they should separate and so that they can go their own ways because their interests don't align, you almost want to keep her there because you are afraid of change. You're afraid of moving away so that you're away from your mom. You're afraid of developing your relationship with Steph, and it just seems like a you problem, man.
I want to get back to that place where we were because I love you.
I love you so much.
But it's like you changed a little bit up too. Like,
Okay.
We've both been arguing.
Okay, Michael.
You were this close. Yeah, I'll take some of the blame, but not all of the blame. Come on, girl. You changed, bro. You changes. You changes. I could end this series right now and just say you guys should not be together, and that's that. But let's see how you guys work it through. You know, I give you guys the benefit of the doubt before. I'll do it again. Don't make me regret it, okay?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay,
Round 2 of venting. I'm just gonna skim through it, essentially reiterating everything that's happened this whole episode. It's funny, this entire conversation is literally just almost like me commentating on this entire episode. I mean, I've been saying more or less everything that Jackie's saying. And
He told me not to go to LA. He sold me a dream. He said, we're gonna build a life in Connecticut. I'm gonna get you an engagement ring. I was like, sign me up. This is it.
Is that
you're
really
my guy.
how he sold you the condo?
Yes! 1,000%.
the truth finally comes out. Now it's been proven. Steph has said that the reason why that she didn't move to LA and she stayed behind for Mike was that Mike sold her the dream. Buying this condo is actually a way to say that, hey, I want to develop this relationship. I want to start a family with you. I'm going to eventually propose and we can start our family in this new house, blah, blah, blah. Which, if he really meant it, fantastic. But we all know that's not the case because he himself admitted to his friend he's not ready to propose. So not only did he lie, maybe not on purpose, or maybe on purpose. No, that's actually just it. He lied. I think the right thing that he should have done in this moment was to just let her go and do her thing, and if things were really gonna work out, it would work out. I think that's where that saying comes from. If you love someone, let them go. If you really love someone and they have these dreams, hopes, and aspirations, and it involves going somewhere else that isn't where you live and you're gonna have some distance, then you can't be the person to hold them back, or you're gonna at least say your piece, find a compromise, and if it doesn't work, you gotta let them go. You can't cage them in and keep them with you just because your insecurities aren't allowing them to go and live their dreams. So now it's time for Mike to exact his plan and allow Liz and Steph's parents to meet, and to do that first he has to convince his mom. And I believe the fact that they haven't met is because I think Liz probably finds that there is no point in meeting Steph's parents because, well, from the jump, Liz didn't even think they're gonna stay together for long. Yeah.
She's never given me bad advice.
Okay. Michael's been telling me about the troubles he's been having with Stephanie, and that does make me a little bit sad. You know, if he wants to be with Steph, I want him to be happy with Steph.
Why does that feel a little bit cap as well? If you really wanted Mike to be happy and be with Steph, you'd probably be a little bit more supportive instead of always asserting your opinions and essentially cock blocking them.
I almost feel like meeting someone's parents is like the final, like that's the person that you're going to be engaged to and married to. And so I don't know that. So that's why I never kind of really pushed to meet them.
Just as I suspected. It's kind of sad because, I mean, it's not like meeting them and then if they break up, it's going to be the end of the world. I mean, can't you just be a normal human being, a normal adult, and just meet some people, make some new friends?
What's the rush? You're only 27.
Part of the reason I've slowed down is because my mom has told me to take my time.
Man, this guy's literally just doxing himself every single time. He just proved the fact that he is slowing down in his development with his relationship with Steph, and the fact that he's not wanting to propose yet is due to his mom. Earlier on, Steph was saying that, oh, maybe you value your mom's opinions more than me. Here again, he's saying, no, it's not that. I just want to hear my mom out. When in actuality, he's listening to what they're both saying, but he only acts out his mom's opinions. And now we move on to the final segment of this video, arguably the most awkward part too, the parents meeting. And you guys by now know Liz as a person. She's a little bit too open with her opinions, but so is Steph. So you can imagine how awkward shit's gonna get when everyone's saying how they really feel about their relationship. Ugh.
How's the ride in?
Good.
Wow, it's so awkward already. It's been like 10 seconds of the meeting. It's like these adults don't know how to be adults. They don't know how to be humans.
So this is incredibly awkward.
Like, I get that's because there's obviously some sort of tension there due to the fact that the relationship isn't going as smoothly as planned. But if you were a mature adult, you would not let that affect the way you talk to each other.
I think that Liz looks like, very fine person.
What did he say?
Michael, you want to have a conversation in the other room? You don't want your daughter to waste a lot of time.
So what do you think of this relationship after three years?
It's important to take your time. I think there might be a little bit of confusion for him and just wanting to make sure he's doing the right thing.
3 years and you still want to take your time? Like, I think we've past the point of taking your time. I think you can start to invest more time into developing the relationship. And saying that, I don't mean like the next year or the next day, next month you're going to propose and you're going to do all this next level shit. I just mean it's time to stop holding back and time to start, revealing your true intentions and showing who you really are as a person.
Just being honest with you, I can't necessarily say that I'm 100% ready at 27. I have too much respect for Steph to propose if I'm not ready.
Good on you, Mike, for being honest. Probably shouldn't have said that to Steph's dad, but hey, I mean, if you can at least show that you still got some sort of commitment going on, I'm sure you can still make things happen. But Liz is about to speak for you.
I think he's still trying to figure out if Stephanie is the right person.
I'm pretty much hearing for the first time that Mike doesn't know if he wants to be with me, which is pretty much a blow to the face.
Wow, this is what I said in the last video too, and she just doesn't know how to navigate uncomfortable topics, and she just blurts out things that she really shouldn't fucking say, like how Mike feels about Stephanie. This is not her relationship. I don't know why she keeps butting in and talking about like she knows what's going on in the relationship. Like, yeah, I get that Mike and Liz probably talk about it, but mind your own fucking business. It's not gonna do Mike any favors. Now Steph knows that Mike is having issues with commitment and he's not sure whether he wants to be with her, even though she earlier stated that, hey, I don't know if we should just go our separate ways or not. He should have just been honest at that point and said, okay, let's split up. You blew your chance to tell the truth, and now it didn't come from the horse's mouth, it came from someone else.
I don't know what we're gonna do, but I mean, I'm of course hopeful that Stephanie and Mike will find that happy ending.
It's better to wait.
Fuck, that was so awkward. But hey, we've reached the end of the video. An overview of this episode. Mike has convinced Steph that they are not moving to LA and that he has bought a condo closer to his mom, Liz's place, to prove a point that, hey, I want to further this relationship, I want to start a family, and I want to propose, but I want to stay here. But in reality, Mike is not ready, and he is just living off a facade. But yeah, as we can see, Mike is still a complete man-child who cannot handle these stressful situations on his own. He still needs his mommy. Poor Steph. All she wanted to do was to go to LA and live her dreams, and she wanted to do it with the man of her dreams, which was Mike. But now Liz fucked up for Mike and told Steph and Steph's mom that Mike may not know if he wants to be with her, and that is gonna add turmoil to the relationship. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like, and if you want to find out what happens next, I guess you just gotta subscribe because the next part is coming out soon. Little teaser, Steph goes to LA. She wants to try it out. That's all I want to say. It might end similarly, but hey, I guess you gotta come back next time to find out. Anyways, your boy LV, much love as always. Thank you so much for supporting. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.
Said she feeling horny. Don't lie, say it straight, I know you want me, girl. Said I know you want me. Don't lie, feel this tension between us burning up. Called you.